everyone. Thank you for the opportunity to IFA Galaxy. You know, Sunil just covered about India, but before Sunil came, Madhavan was here. So I think it is the first time I heard him. So what I am going to cover is very coincidental, is your business. All the qualitative aspects has been covered by Madhavan. So what I did is, very frankly, I was running NFO, I didn't get too much of time. So AK and Shobha told me that you have to just come up with the idea. So I just converted, if I was a IFA, if I was MFD today, what would be my outlook on India and my business? So it is both related. So, and since I don't have much time, I decided that all slides are very less. So I will just take you through a little bit on the numbers, more focus on the numbers than anything else. And the question is why you should be a business for the next decade and forward, right? So the thing is, your distribution is, I think, is entering into a very powerful period. Some of us who have been in the market for about 25, 30 years, and let me tell you, it was kind of a fluke that I came to the market. I am by training, I am a chartered cost. I used to be accountant, and I used to work in a place where I used to write accounts. Though the thing is, because I chartered accountant, expectation is you understand taxation better. They used to take me to the clients. My firm would take me to the clients to explain them taxation. So I sometimes tell people that for the last 25, 30 years, I have made my earnings through these learnings from the taxation, and not necessarily sometimes about the product. No doubt, we have to upgrade our products. And from there, just see how life takes you up. You have to upgrade yourself. But life has come to a level that, today I'm a CEO. I don't think 25, 30 years back when I was studying in Calcutta, I would have thought about this. And this is what is happening with many MFDs today. So there are two kind of batches of MFDs for the last 25 years that I have seen. One who started, didn't have aspirations, didn't have too much of outlook, but carried on because they had to do something. So many of them upgraded. Today, if you ask me, last 25 years, you are upgraded to a level where your knowledge is at par. Sometimes it seems that when I talk to a MFD, they are like fund managers. That is the kind of, as in science, they used to call it osmosis diffusion, high to low, and then everything becomes same. This is what has happened with you all. So today, when Sunil was here, any one of you, after having heard him, you can come to the stage, almost say the same thing with confidence, because you have the content. But now I'm going to your business, right? So the business is, I just put few points. Let me go to the main number. The number is this, that 25, 30 years that we talked about. When I came to the industry as an AMC person, the whole industry was 1 lakh crore. 1 lakh crore. Today we have single schemes that are 1 lakh crore. So 1 lakh crore, next 7 years, when 2007 came, we were like 7, 8 lakh crores. 2014, 15. When I was setting up the business for my previous firm, we have 14 lakh crores. And today, as I talk to you, 10, 12 years later, which is 25 years, from 1 lakh, we are 82 lakh crores. Last 10, 12 years, we have gone from 14 lakh crore to 82 lakh crore. By a normal basis, by a normal mathematics, this should not have happened. But as all of you will understand, this is nothing but compounding. So sometimes when I talk to many of you, what I feel is you go to distribute investors and explain them compounding. You understand everything about wealth aspects for an investor, but that aspects for you, you may have the confidence or not have the confidence. Mera business ka kya hoga? Will my business do well, and so on. So first of all, macro, let me tell you that from an economy which was less than $500 billion, I mean it, when I entered the industry, naturally we wouldn't know so many things that time. But we were like an economy which was not $500 billion. I'm talking about 2000, turn of the century. So from there, we have gone to a level where where the GDP has gone to $4 trillion today. And Sunil has just talked about everything of that aspects. And the AUM has gone up to 82 lakh crores from less than 1 lakh crores. So if you see the trajectory on the graph out here, you can see that GDP is little flat, because naturally the graph is 25 years it will be. But the trajectory of our AUM has gone up to 82 lakh crore, and suddenly last 10 years the number has gone from 14 to 5 times up. The economy is up only 2 times, 2.5 times. But our AUM is up 5 times, right? And secondly, so what is the expectation for future? My whole small idea to you is this, that whatever somebody may say to you, it is all noise. If you believe on a macro basis that the economy is going up and going toward 10 trillion, 20 trillion, Viksit Bharat we are talking about. I need to be 30 trillion plus if I have to be a Viksit Bharat. Remember, Viksit Bharat is not a GDP number. It is a developed market. Viksit Bharat is a developed market. It is a per capita income number. So by today's stand, you have to be something like $35 trillion by 2047 if you have to achieve that. Again, remove the numbers out. Just catch the trajectory, the direction. So next 10, 12 years, will I be a $10 trillion economy or not? So if I'm $4 trillion today and I'm adding 10% only, I'm not even going more. This budget, the whole budget is made on 10%. You're going to add 400 billion a year. By the end of the last century, we were a $400 billion economy. Today we are adding per annum $400 billion. I tell a lot of people, I'm so lucky I've seen that and I'm seeing this, right? So what is the expectation? Expectation is everything is going to double up and go a little bit higher. And you can see the GDP on the upper side. We have put the numbers. India is saving about 20%. So I'm just taking 20%, 25%, I'll leave it to you. So what you are going to see next 10 years, you have not seen for last 25 years. If you think that 80 lakh crore is a number of mutual fund, that should be. My guess is we should not be less than 600, 700 lakh crores in the next 10 or 12 years. That is what my number is. By simple thing, 4 trillion to 10 trillion next 10, 12 years. Let's say 12 years. Because we may depreciate against dollars or whatever it is. And if we grow 10%, your economy will double in 7, 8 years. So approximately 10 trillion. So going from 4 to 10 trillion dollars in 10, 12 years is going to add approximately 17 to 22 trillion dollars of savings. Savings, I'm saying, without compounding. This is absolute savings. And this money we have not seen in the last 25, this kind of a money coming to us for channelizing into the investment products. So whoever it is, mutual fund, real estate, gold, insurers, fixed deposit, everybody is going to get a chunk of it. And the thing is, in the end, everything depends upon us. What kind of channelization we can do for our industry. When we think about USA, the total mutual fund industry is more than the bank deposit money. This is how the progression would have happened. It is not that suddenly somebody thought that let me go and put in investments into mutual fund. So it is a progression which has been building up. Next 10 years, I'm just talking about 10, 12 years. I'm not even going to 20 right now. Next 10 years, this is what is going to happen. So what I did is when I made this, I said, let me think that I am a MFD. So what should be my outlook on my own AUM? This is what I've built up. So I just took a number, and this is just a number for understanding. If I'm 100 today, 100 can be 100 crore, 100 can be 10 crore, depending on whatever you are. 100 can be 50 crores. If I'm 100 crores today, I should be having approximately, this is what I think I should be having approximately 75, 80 lakhs of SIP in that. The thing is, you should not think less than the industry. Industry is 30 lakh crore equity, and within equity, we have 55 lakh crores of equities, which includes passive and all that. If you just go by active, approximately 8%, 9%, 10% should be your SIP book. I know there are exceptions. There are people who say, I serve the retired people, I can't have SIP, no problem. Then you build up in such a way that you add lump sums out there. But going by that, the thing is very simply this, that if you go by that, if the number looks like this, that your 100 is going towards a 700 trajectory on a conservative basis by 2036-37. This is conservative, I'm saying. The thing is very simple. If my equity market gives you 12% return, 12% I'm saying. You double in 6 years, 12 years you go 4 times. So 100 becomes 400. Easily said, I know. But after hearing Madhavan 20, 30 minutes back, and after hearing, and if you're going to object that my numbers cannot be valid, then I think you are not having the confidence. All I'm putting numbers to you. And what Madhav did is he just put the qualitative aspects how to grow your business. This is a very conservative number, by the way, because thing is that 100 to 400 plus SIPs this is what it's going to do. Just see what I written. AUM plus SIP, that is what it is going to do. It is not even what you're going to get in. what this is going to do is what Sunil just said. All of us are maybe at our, I won't say epitome. Currently, we are on a level where our personal wealth are also at a very high peak level. If you think this is the peak, then you are mistaken. I think what is going to happen in the next 10, 12 years, and you can always, you can revisit what your business 5, 7, 10 years later also, is this that these numbers are participant of market. At some juncture, what is happening is we are getting 3-4 lakh crores of flows in the industry, only 3-4 lakh crores, equity markets. I would love to see this more because when I see a SIP number of 30,000 crore, I should be getting 3-4 lakh crore per annum only on that. But the flows are not high. So we need to do better on flows. We can do better, I think. Next 10 years, when you are going to get so much of money open to be invested in the markets, and we have done a decent job last 10, 15 years in terms of awareness with the investors. Right? Today, there are investors who may come up say, I do SIP, I don't do mutual funds. Right? Nothing wrong in that also. Like, I would say don't go and correct. Right? But do make them aware how it should be utilized. So what I think is next, to summarize, next 10, 15 years, and you know what I did out here is, here, when Sunil was talking about AI, I wrote few things down. My son told me, whatever you've written, just pick up. I spoke up. I did not know that he was using ChatGPT to record me. I did not know. He wrote something on his laptop, and a summary came down. I spoke in Hindi, I spoke in English, I spoke in Punjabi. Everything came back in English. Then he told me, I am giving you this paper. He gave me on my mobile, he sent it to my WhatsApp. You edit it and take it to the presentation here. This page actually is out of what I talked verbally to AI recording and then what I edited. Let me tell you, a lot of us fear, and I think it is my fear which holds me back, ultimately. So I did not want to be behind. This page is Scripps note out of what I talked. And what I found is nothing will change in terms of our dealing with customer, our dealing with you. But what is changes when we are writing better. By the way, I come from an English medium school, when everything was about mathematics and writing and reading. But still AI is better than us, better than anybody. I can challenge like this. I have given up now. So sometimes I seeing my office boys, my office assistants, using AI to write things and being better than scholars. This is what is happening. This has happened 3-4 days back. We went and checked, right? So this note is very simply for you is, if you are in business and mutual fund distribution, you have done the complete hard work. You may be whatever AUM you are. This is not your peak AUM. So as we move from $4 trillion to $8 trillion next 7 years, mathematics says that your AUM is going to more than double. Simply, 7 years, 12% return is 6 year double, so it is more than double. So the GDP trends are, you have to look at two ways. One, next 10 years is an explosion of business that is going to come to you. All you have to do is what you are doing today, maybe adjust to some new language, some new products. Like SI has just come, who do alternates and all that may come up and so on. Your people are going to be so rich, investors are going to be rich. You have to upgrade yourself. And if you do that, 10 years after that, maybe too early for me to say, I should keep that for a little later. Next 20 years, break up into two parts, 7, 8 years to 10 years, and then 10 years later. I think whatever acquisitions you have done today, and what you are going to create next 10 years, 7, 8 years, is what is going to give you a situation where not hundreds of crores, but I would like to see the first $1 billion person saying, look, I manage a $1 billion manage today. We are still awaiting MFD, by the way, not aggregated and all that. And I know that highest number of MFD today is coming from Mumbai, a person who say, I do not take portfolios below 10 or 20 crores anymore. So one, to summarize, X of your AUM, well managed, looks like 7 to 10x in the next 10, 12 years. This is just by market participation. Your income, it's a separate topic, but your income is, there are people who say, look, our income is going to come down. take the worst case. Whatever it is, take the worst case. Maybe your income will come down 30% in the next 10 years, over the next 10 years. But your progression is 5, 6, 7, 8 times. So which is mathematically, which is more? So everybody, whoever is in business, I think this is a golden period to still be in. When we look back, we may think, and I also agree that your 10, 12 years has been excellent. But I think next 10, 12 years are going to be better than excellence, what we have seen in the last 10, 12 years. So just do what you're doing, keep upgrading yourself. Some of the challenges you have to overcome, because very frankly, sitting here, I've written somewhere that, sitting growth is theoretically simple, execution is behaviorally difficult. So some of the behavioral issues of investors applies to you also as business owners. I'm seeing few of the MFDs getting frustrated. Yeah, I'm not seeing flows. I'm not seeing what I should see. Sometimes people say platform is taking, direct is taking. Same behavior applies to investors, applies to you also. So you have to overcome that also. There's a noise around us. But ultimately, it is about growth, and growth when the macros are perfect. Only thing you have to do is manage your own micro. That is, manage your own business. Right? The tide is in your favor. So I'll stop here by saying this may be the last entry point, next 5, 7 years, before you just maintain your business after that. This is a growth phase, and I think we'll move to annuity phase after that. Right? So, and some of you who might be thinking, let me sell the business, do not do it. Consider after 7 years. Now you may say, why 7 years? I have my own reasons for that, but do not do till next 7 years. And whatever you need to do it after that. So thank you so much. I think.